We ain't gon' run, no we don't.
And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Tennessee Titans and the Minnesota Vikings. Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go!
Start on the ground here at Sanders. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down. So add that tackle for a loss to the 2 that he had a week ago.
And you know what he's doing right now?
Smiling?
Yeah, definitely doing that. But he's also patting his guys on the back, his defensive front, because they're keeping him clean, meaning no one's getting to him as a blocker. He's able to run to the football. And the plays he's making, he's spilling them in the offensive backfield.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now Sanders. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. You've told me before it's tough to identify how to block a 3-4 defense. There wasn't a whole lot of blocking there.
And one other thing an offensive line coach told me, if you want to run wide against a 3-4, which is difficult to do because of the speed of the outside linebackers, it's often difficult for your offensive linemen to hit targets in space and create lanes for your guys to run through.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Out of the gun, it's Young. He finds his man Johnson. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the 3rd down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure they didn't give up much run after catch.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
218, chopper.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. A gain of 6 there on 1st. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll bring up a second down. Now Jackson. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for first.
A gain of 4 brings up 3rd and 4.
Ready. 10-2 stop.
58, come on.
Go.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. This one taken in by Hester. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Here we go. 8 read.
45.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it over the middle, and it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Recon 132. Ready.
2nd and 10. And he comes back with one complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 26.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone?
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 24-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Switch up.
Protein spell.
Check 99. Check 99. Switch.
Hustle. Now.
On the draw, it's Jackson. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there, because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
They allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff them for a loss. To the left side and caught by Hester. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection.
Let it.
50, Mike's 50.
Greystone, travel.
Jim.
Get it.
They'll run on first down. It's Jackson. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. No score after one on EA Sports. The last run got 9. That leaves him with second and a yard.
64, weak. Hey. Shoot.
On the ground, this is Jackson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. So they need 2 yards here on third down. Remember, they're already 2 of 2 on third down conversions on this drive. The quick slant caught. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up first and goal now.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. Third and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
So another third down conversion, and now they've got a first and goal. They'll try the ground game with Jackson. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Let's go, start.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive, and they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went
and
3
now
and
they have
out.
that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here.
Second and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Let's go, let's bring it.
It's Young off play action. Rolling to his right. He's going deep for Brown. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10.
Check 26, check 26.
And they just get the play off. Now Young eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. Now Young loses the football. It's stripped, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
Ready. Time to end it. 54 Mike. Hey, let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration.
Young on first down. Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. Give him 16 yards there, a Tennessee first down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 43. Young. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. Johnson the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. They go back to the ground with Sanders. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Good shot, baby. That's a baby shot. Check 31. Check 31.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 28.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
Down. 50. Mark 54.
It's Young on 1st down, being chased out left. He's going to take off with it. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a 1st down.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
54 miles. I'm here all day.
Now a 1st down throw for Young. Buying time to his left. He's going to take off with it. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
2nd and 5 at the 6-yard line.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
To throw again on 2nd down. Young, and he's got it. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Hey, switch gears. Let's go. Right there. 54, right there. 54 Mike. Hey, defense, let's go. Come on. 54. They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football. Kill, kill, kill. Hold on. Hey, turn it up, turn it up. Wide, get wide.
And they just did not get the snap away in time. Not ideal there. That delay of game backs them up 5 yards, so now they need 7 yards on third down.
Kill. Check nickel. Hey, watch it. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54.
On third down, they turn to Sanders. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So now the Titans are going to call upon their field goal unit here. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that?
on. What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Here we go.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. They're going to look to throw. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
61, matchbox lights.
2nd and 2. And his throw is incomplete. Tight end Irv Smith, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short. Just his 2nd incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Final play of the half. Young flushed out right. On the run. He'll let this go deep right. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show him one thing, hit him with something else.
The throw over the middle, taken in. 7 yards there and a first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
10-2 stop.
All right. Here we go. Let's go, Z. Let's go.
On the draw, here's Jackson. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized.
Ready, set.
45, Mike, 45.
X3, 218, chopper.
Check. Out.
Get it.
Here's 2nd and 8. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
2nd and 7 at the Titans' 45-yard line.
Come on.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Here we go. Hey, one set.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Wide open receiver complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Let's go now. 60 Pittsburgh.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some.
Come on, right up.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. That'll be caught by Hester. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher. Guys trying to get to the football.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. They'll drop to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. This quarterback now, pretty amazing. 14 of 16 throwing the ball. It's 1st and 10.
Go on.
Toss play to Jackson. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Extra point right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11.
Next to score, Vikings 14, Titans 3.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And the kick goes outside the white lines. That's why the flag comes out.
Yes, and that was an error by the kicker, and it will give the offense great starting field position.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Now a carry for Sanders. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Another run here with Sanders. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Young on third down. Forced out to his left. Throwing right, and that's complete. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down. Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's Titan football here as they trail to begin the fourth quarter. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. To throw is Young. Throwing on fourth down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. Well, down 2 scores in the fourth quarter. It maybe wasn't quite desperation time, but it was getting close. And that interception there on the deep ball, that probably slams the door on their chances.
And maybe that was the thought process, that it wasn't quite desperation time. So now you take the shot before they're going to lay back any farther on defense. Go ahead and throw it downfield. Unfortunately, it didn't work.
Ready?
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. The end result, 21 yards.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. This quarterback now 15 out of 17 through the air, only 2 incompletions. It's first down. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Now a give, right side. Jackson. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on fourth down.
It's fourth down.
He'll look to throw. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on fourth down to bring up first and goal. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? carrying that just as lightly as he does the football.
Yeah,
what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. He's going deep for Brown. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. As this one moves towards its conclusion, another incomplete pass there. Thoughts on the secondary? I mean, they seem to be pretty effective in this one.
Yeah, I thought that they've been absolutely outstanding. I mean, their job is to prevent touchdowns, and not a single touchdown is going on the board against them. Of course, they want to make it a total shutout, but hey, if you don't give up touchdowns, you've got a heck of a chance to win.
Check right 54, right 54. Rabbit, 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 rabbit.
A second down throw for Young. Dancing to his left. Complete. It's Johnson. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. That one good for 26 and a first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. To the air once more. Young. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team is playing excellent defense, great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, and especially against deep balls as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Hey, pick your game up.
Off the play fake, Young. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 11, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Set 18 Gator.
Check the out, check the out, check the out.
Back to throw now on 1st down. He'll hit Jackson, complete. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll be a second down. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Now back to throw. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 17 yards, first down, Vikings.
First down.
Ready?
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
I'm trying to collect.
Okay, go.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. And that'll bring up second down. They're still throwing the football here. And obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
To number 80. That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They'll set up a throw. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. A 3-yard loss. Fourth down now. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally down at the 36-yard line. 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time. But now it's 1st and 10. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on third down. This is now the 9th play of the drive.
Hey, box truck, box truck.
Hey, 50.
Get it.
Back to throw here. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th.
It's now 4th down.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
I'm on.
He'll drop to throw. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
On the double. Hey, Echo.
Hey, watch the leg.
Defense.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Ready?
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Minnesota, they move back over 500 now at 4-3. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for the Titans, the loss drops them back to 4.